What's up, guys? Andy Drifter here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be my weekend recap video. But before I get into that, let's briefly talk about some of the trades that happened in baseball earlier in the week. Starting off with the Royals sending off their second baseman, Whit Merrifield, to Toronto. He is one of the best players that most casual baseball fans have never heard of. He has led the league in hits, doubles, triples, and stolen bases. This year has been an off season for him thus far, but he was playing better leading up to the trade, and since going to Toronto, he has hit safely in all three of the games there as a Blue Jay. So Toronto, they are currently in the number one spot in terms of the wild card race, so hopefully he can add to that and improve his season as the Blue Jays try to make a playoff push. Now, my Philadelphia Phillies, they have been red hot as of late. They have won 9 out of their last 10. They just got Noah Syndergaard. He was 5-8 with a 3.83 ERA during his time with the Angels. And in his first start with Philly, which was a couple of days ago, he did win the game. He gave up 11 hits and 4 runs in 5 innings. Kind of a rocky start. He was a bit stiff. There was a bit of a layoff, new stadium, new atmosphere, but he is still a serviceable pitcher, and there's a lot of familiarity with the NL East, being that he spent most of his career with the New York Mets. And of course, the San Diego Padres, they were the big winners of the Juan Soto sweepstakes. In addition to Soto, they got Josh Bell, who was having an all-star caliber season. They also got Brandon Drury from the Reds, who was having the best year of his career. He's already hit 20-plus home runs. He wasted no time. His first game with the Padres, he hit a grand slam. And prior to all that happening, they also got Josh Hader from the Brewers, who is leading the majors with 29 saves. He is a 4-time All-Star. His ERA is up a bit from his career numbers, but I don't think ERA may be as big of an issue as you might think, being there's so much firepower in that lineup. Josh Bell, Juan Soto, Brandon Drury, Manny Machado, Luke Voit, who led the American League in home runs a couple of years ago, and they got the Crone Zone, who is coming off back-to-back All-Star appearances. Yes, his stats are down a bit from last year, but he may get some better pitches to look at with the additions of Soto, Bell, and if everything goes to plan, Fernando Tatis, he should be returning back to the Padres lineup in a few weeks. The Padres, they have put the National League on notice. They are not playing around, and they plan to be a force come playoff time. But before you put all your money on the Padres to win it all, don't forget the Dodgers. They still have the best record in baseball. They got a commanding lead in the NL West. And Freddie Freeman, he has vaulted himself into that NL MVP conversation. He is red hot as of late. As of right now, though, I give the edge to Paul Goldschmidt. He has a higher batting average and a higher OPS. And the Cardinals, they are very much in the playoff picture. But the NL MVP race, it should be an exciting one. It may go down to the wire. And should Freddie Freeman win it, he will only become the 6th player in Major League history to win 2 MVPs with 2 teams. So that is pretty awesome if it happens. So a few weeks ago, I was in Cooperstown, New York. I got a chance to meet some baseball legends and get their autographs and add them to my collection. This weekend, it is the Hall of Fame induction for the NFL. It is being headlined by Tony Baselli, Richard Seymour, and Dick Vermeil. Yesterday, I got to meet some legends of the gridiron and get their autographs and add them to my collection, so I'm going to share them with you now. As far as cards, I've been having some great luck lately pulling SPs and autos. I'll share some of them with you as well. And I'm going to share some other things too that I've gotten over the past week that might interest you. Some things that are outside the scope of baseball and football. Like I said before, I'm trying to broaden my interests and broaden my collection. So I'm going to show them to you now. Check it out. Tell me what you think. This here is a signed 8x10 by former Packers wide receiver Antonio Freeman. He spent 9 years in the NFL, 8 of them with Green Bay. He, along with Brett Favre, won Super Bowl 31. From 97 to 99, he caught for over 1,000 yards each of those seasons. And in 98, he was selected as an All-Pro and made the Pro Bowl. Funny thing about this autograph signing, which took place on Friday, there were several other players that were supposed to be there, notably Dorsey Levens and Jimmy Smith, who played most of his career with the Jaguars and could possibly one day be in the Hall of Fame. Over half the signees were canceled. All sorts of reasons were given. But that being said, I was able to get Antonio Freeman and add this SIG to my collection. And as you can see on the lower right-hand corner, it is certified by JSA. This here is a Hall of Fame signature card by the great Tony Dungy, currently a football analyst for NBC Sports, but prior to that, he was a player from 77 to 79. From 96 to 2001, he was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Prior to that, he was the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, Chiefs, and Vikings. Fast forward to 2002 when he got hired as the head coach for the Colts. And that is where he truly started to shine. And it was his tenure from 2002 to 2008 as the head coach in Indy that I believe got him into the Hall of Fame. The Colts were perennial playoff contenders. And they did win Super Bowl 41. Making Dungy the first African-American head coach to win the Super Bowl. As you can see on the inscription there, he is a 2016 Hall of Fame inductee. He also inscribed the Bible verse Matt 16:26, which reads as follows: "What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul?" One of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Very gracious. I got a chance to tell him how much I enjoy his commentary on NBC. So there you have it. A Hall of Fame card signed by former Colts head coach Tony Dungy. What we have here is a signed mini helmet by three-time Super Bowl champ Steve Young. A well-decorated career that included 2 MVPs, 7 Pro Bowls, and 3 All-Pro selections. And man, people might forget, but he could make it happen with his feet as well. Over his career, he rushed for over 4,000 yards, and he ran in for 43 touchdowns. This Eclipse mini helmet is absolutely sick. I initially wanted him to sign it in gold Sharpie, but he didn't have one, so he went with the silver. And I'm really glad that he did. I like how the silver complements the gold logo. Very nice indeed. Funny story. 7 years ago, when I just got back into collecting sports cards and memorabilia, I purchased a signed 8x10 of Steve Young from a locally owned memorabilia store in the Philadelphia area. The owner of the store, who was the kindly old grandfather type, he assured me that the autograph was obtained in person and it was real. He authenticated all his own items. Fast forward to earlier this year, I believe I was at the Chicago Sports Spectacular. Beckett was there accepting outside items for authentication and grading. I dropped off my signed Steve Young 8x10. I came back in an hour, and I was told with almost 100% certainty that the autograph was a Fugazi. Lesson learned: never buy an autograph unless it's got the stamp of approval by JSA, PSA, Beckett, or Radke. This time around, though, I got the real deal. It came out nice. So there you have it, a signed mini helmet by the one and only Steve Young. You heard me mention at the top of the video that I've been having some pretty good luck in pulling cards as of late. Inserts, autographs, and SPs. On your left is a Gypsy Queen auto of Jake Cronenworth that I pulled out of a wax pack. And on the right is a Series 2 SP auto of Nick Castellanos. Both of these all-star sluggers got off to rocky starts, but they're both playing pretty well now. They are both in the top 15 in the National League in RBI. The Crone Zone, he is in the top 10 in doubles and the top 5 in triples in the National League. So he is turning things around and he has made back-to-back All-Star teams. As far as Castellanos, last year was a career year for him. He made his first All-Star appearance. That was with Cincinnati. This is his first year with Philly. It has not gotten off to a good start. 2 weeks ago, he had a heated exchange with a reporter in the Phillies locker room. But since then, he's been playing pretty well. The Phillies are red hot, and Castellanos is a big part of that. So hopefully he can keep it going. I was very lucky to pull both of these autos, and I will be sending them off to SGC for grading. All right, you are looking at a sealed box of The Dozens, a trash talking card game presented by the Wayans Brothers. This is an officially licensed product by Topps. This sealed box has 24 packs, and from what I've read online, this is somewhat of a rare product. It came out in 2005. And some of the cards within it are quite collectible. I put the value somewhere between $30 and $40. I realize that humor is subjective. Me, personally, I never thought the Wayans Brothers were all that funny. It's just something different that I wanted to add to my collection. You may have heard me mention in one of my more recent videos that I have been adding more comic books to my overall collection. You are looking at 4 recent issues of Batman comics. What's my criteria when I pick out comic books? The overall condition and the cover art. It's as simple as that. I am a novice comic book collector as of now. Perhaps one day I will expand my knowledge and get more in-depth into comics. But for now, I'm a casual collector, and I just see something I like, I buy it. So there you go. 4 recent issues of Batman comics. FYI, The Joker Part 2 is scheduled to come out in 2024. Lady Gaga has been added to the cast. Interesting choice. I thought she was pretty good in A Star is Born. So we will see the dynamic between Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga in the Joker sequel whenever it comes out. And the final thing that I got for you here is a Lego set of Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home. You may have heard me mention in my last recap video that I'm slowly adding Lego sets to my repertoire. What limited knowledge I have of Lego sets that are collectible, the ones that increase in value are the ones that are part of popular franchises, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Marvel Studios, and so on and so on. I haven't yet purchased any big sets yet. If I see a small set like this one at a reasonable price, I'll snatch it up, put it away, see what happens with it. Again, just something different to broaden my collection. I hope you enjoyed watching that. As far as what I got on tap for this week, I should be going to at least 1 baseball game. I got some autograph signings that I got my eye on. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe to my channel. I think if you are a baseball fan, football fan, or UFC fan, you will truly appreciate what I have to offer. I want to thank everybody who is currently subscribed to my channel and takes the time out to watch my videos and comment on them. I truly appreciate your viewership and subscribership. And I will be posting again tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you again soon. This is Andy Drifter. Thank you for watching.